Yeah, my name is Chief Trimble Gilbert. I'm calling from Arctic Village. We had clear weather this morning, but it's warm a little bit. So first of all, I want to send greeting to all my people in our interior. In a few years past, and I remember I sent message to our people, our region, and even outside of the region. And we know that Christmas is a very, very important day for the world. And we can see the Christmas star, and the daylight is short, but we're still in our country everywhere. So I like to send out greeting to all my people. So I want to say Merry Christmas to all of you, and from Mary, my wife Mary, and my family. So Mary and I, we know many people listening for the good news, and even the young people, when they saw the Christmas trees and stars and everything, it's here with us now. And not only us, but then when I'm a little boy, my memories about Christmas, it's way different than today. We spend winter somewhere else, and somewhere in a hunting ground and fishing, because fall time we get caribou, so we store it in that area. So we stayed there in a tent, I remember. We all know that long ago its weather is really cold, and 70 below, 60 below. And I remember we got stove inside the tent, but it's not very good stove either. You know, where I live is just about 120 miles north from Fort Yukon. That's where they're getting like winter material, like rice and flour and sugar and shells and the tea, and that's all we have. But we don't have enough, and we don't eat too much of it, so it lasts for a long time. So I remember that we got wooden stove, it's not very warm. And I remember one evening when we were gathered in the tent, and I remember from my back it's always cold, and I grew up that way. So not only myself, but even old people live in a tent. Well, they're the one that's before that is they don't even have tent, just caribou skin tent. Well, they are pretty strong, and I remember they walk around and try to help the rest of the people because there's no time for us to take care of the old people. But they try to help themselves, but anyway, they always got something to eat, but sometimes it's really hard, but then we survive. So when the Christmas time out there, I remember we spent Christmas in a tent and Arctic to Winnipeg is about quite a ways, about 30 minutes flight now. And between, that's where we spend the Christmas there on the river, East Fork River. So we had only one person got small cabin. So and they celebrate in there, and we ate not too much, but they're cooking a lot of meat and a little bit of bannock or tea and some other thing. And so they having good time, and outside, they go outside and shooting. And they are very happy being together. And that's the kind of Christmas we have a long time ago. And we stayed here and there, different area, and hunting area and fishing area. And they spend winter out there. But sometimes they try to come together with dog team and bring the family together, and we have a celebration. It was fun for me, but sometimes it's really cold, but we dress up pretty warm. But now it's real different. And we have a lot of things we need, like snow machine. And before that snow machine, you saw everybody using dog team. But when the snow machine arrived, and you can go out during the warm weather, maybe 5-6 miles, but it won't take you long to get there to do that and bring the load of wood back to our home. So it's kind of easy for us, and we got we even got generator. So almost every community got generator, and good stove, and good building, good house, warm house. So we're kind of a little bit spoiled when that's at 10, 20 below. It's kind of cold for us. But people are still going out and work, exercise, and help each other to keep the fire going in every house. So there's always something to eat. And we getting help from our countries. So it's nothing about fun for me. So I'm 87, but still I'm going out to different places to see the area. And I have chainsaw and axe and everything, so it won't take long. I just stop by that wood and then cut it and then bring back a load of wood. So it was so easy for us, for all of us. But maybe we know that our animal is kind of decreased, but we're still eating the traditional food, that food we've been growing up with. So we were happy after we ate the caribou, moose, our sheep, our fish. So we are very happy in that we could feel it, and we feel strong. But nowadays the COVID-19 started about more than years ago, and we went through a lot of hardship a little bit because it's getting into among our people, so we lost a lot of people. We know that. But we don't know about future yet, but a lot of things are changed and a lot of things happening and all over, not only Alaska. But now we have warm weather, but still I keep saying that like old days, and they don't even know the money, not much money. So there's no place to spend the money when I grow up around here. Sometime I see the dollar, but I don't know what to buy with, nothing. But we should appreciate about people serving us with food. Medical is number one. When there's somebody got sick in the village, and then Medevac, Fairbanks, good hospital clinic we have in the hospital, so they've been treated there. And all these things like this I just look out my window and these two things a long time ago, it's hard, but today we should be happy from our bottom heart, and we should try to be happy with other people, make them happy. There's all kinds of people we have in homeless, and it's not only in our country, but we all know that there's a lot of people that have trouble with sickness. So those kind of people out there, and sometime among our village. So maybe one day that kind of person by themselves, we could bring in hot meal and coffee, maybe tea, and we might help them with a build fire, maybe one couple of stick wood, and there's a lot of different ways we can make them happy. And so this is the way thousands of years people never heard of us sharing that time. The word sharing is English, our language is different. We said Nikeranti sa Ntaataraja, and English is we look after each other and go forward together. It's a better way. So Christmas is a very strong day, powerful day. I thought about Christmas. I've seen a lot of people change their life because of Christmas. We know that little baby Jesus came into the world, turned on the light for us, and the whole world is bright. And we know that summertime, it's really warm and hot day for thousands of years. It's never changed. We're not worried about heat in Alaska all summer. It didn't cost us nothing. Everything, like traditional food and all that animal we've been living on, it stay with us. So we should be happy about all these in the water we drink good water. Like I should say the strongest river in the Yukon River. When it's a high water, everything is floating down. And then I used to be millions of king salmon coming up from the Yukon Delta. People use that. I remember fish are really good food. We all know that. Every once in a while, people give me some kind of jar of fish and dry fish. I know they don't have it enough, but they share with me. I sit down and eat, and I feel better. And then people give me moose meat sometimes, caribou meat. All that makes me strong. And I'm very appreciate about our people always do that and look after each other. So when it's a cold weather, look after each other and make sure to check everybody. And I don't know where you live, but that's what we're trying to do, and we share with what we got during the Christmas and New Year celebration. Makes people change their life. It's a lot of work. Many people think we are just here, every community. We don't do nothing and just sit around inside the house. But there's too much thing to do to survive in every community. A long time ago, one of the lady lived long time. She lived in Sochitsik, Alaska. Story. She said she talked about a long time ago. Early in the morning, we get up. All the hunters going out while it's dark. If they have to move the camp, they tear down everything. A skin tent and poles. And then what kind of tobacco, I don't know, maybe the skin, maybe they might sew it together. And then they follow the hunters they pull the sled, sometimes all that tent and some kind of stuff they need, and they pull it, and sometimes kids with it, and skin toboggan. So she said they get up early in the morning, probably 6. Hunters maybe going out around 6, maybe 7, 8 while it's still dark. And they follow that hunters make breaking trail with snowshoe. And then when the hunters, they mark the place for the next camp. So that all the ladies they know, maybe old people, they know it. So they start early in the morning, and there's a lot of work to put up the skin tent. And then while that, and they probably build fire and cook something for the kids. And then they put up the skin tent. And then they're collecting the firewood It takes a long time. She said maybe a 12-hour day they work for thousands of years that they've been survived, and they never give up for us. So now I'm talking about modern things we got and everything as we have in the community. I appreciate God about this, and I pray everywhere I go, maybe up in the mountain while I'm cutting wood, for our people in Alaska. So when I remember that Christmas every year during my time, we have potlucks early evening, and then we start dancing. It's not a very good place, that building, but we dance all night until 7 in the morning. So not too long ago, my mother is blind, but she come to dance and she stay and watching dance. Heard she couldn't see, but she know what's going on all night. She just listening to the people having fun. Many times I see my dad, my mom hold her hands and they're going home. So that's the kind of people we have, and very strong people. So now before Christmas, I remember my people not too long ago in Fairbanks, but it's pretty hard to visit in community villages. There's a plain between the cold weather if you had to keep fire going, and for the rest of the people are like that. So one other thing worries me, and you know that alcohol is, we don't know. It's the way people use it is not too much, and you could feel it. So we're drinking too much, and then pretty soon we don't know what we're doing. And now, number one is sometimes we got big family. Some of them is not with us. We forget all about this. We haven't alcohol make us forget everything and try to do. We're not supposed to do. We don't even know it. So we have to be careful, and we have to be careful and talk to young people about. Sometimes we have problem with it, and then we got families, so we have to be honest and talk to our kids and our grandchildren, and talk to our people too. We don't have to hide nothing. We should be really honest, try to be honest, and talk to our people. And their people will know it. So they can respect you, and they can easy to quit what you're doing. So I keep saying that. I know that we are very good people in Alaska. when I grew up, I grew up with elder advice. They told me a lot over and over what like anything, is not good for us. Doing bad thing, all that. We can live with it. But this easy time, right now at Christmas, we can give up a lot of things and start follow the right trail. The trail goes into the life, and we can help others, one another. So when I travel around when I was young, many old people I talk with, Fort Yukon. I don't know the people there, but when I see them, they give me good words. Sometimes something I don't like, they don't like. Don't do that. So I remember the whole thing, and I try to share with some of the kids in the past, and they are all my good friends, young people. My wife and I, we travel village with music, and I talk to them, every one of them. They are my good friends, Mary too. When I went to Fairbanks last 2 weeks ago, some of them, I see them and they come and shake hands with us and they kiss Mary, my wife. So they're looking for good words, those young people. They are very smart. They know the people. They know the kind of people we are. So I want to send this message to my people in Alaska. First thing, when I always talk about be ready. And I heard something happen along the coast and down the Yukon Delta, and see ocean water get into the village, erosion. And I think kind of thing like that is very, very kind of emergency, because cold weather can help the problem, but it's help the worse. So to be really mean, if you have a lot of firewood, and you can sure take a look after the wood, keep yourself warm. We don't want nobody to get cold, even children and the old people. So keep trying. Let's keep the state of Alaska this way. So we don't want any kind of tragedy thing. I'm not just talking to just my own people, but people live in Alaska. We're all one in unity people live in Alaska. We keep this Alaska for thousands of years. So now look back and look ahead. So now it's time for us to talk to young people. You don't have to be other kids, your own kids. Just whoever you run into it, just try to be friend with them and talk with them. And even especially in the city, and I want the state of Alaska to be the good people, and all your chief in every villages, you got their heart position and council. But keep working, make people happy. It's hard, sometimes they don't listen to you, but don't give up. And keep standing in front of him. And we got a lot of snowshoe all over. We got a lot of snow, deep snow somewhere here and there. It's like many years ago, sheep with youth and young people breaking the trail ahead of the community. Let's put on our snowshoes, walk ahead of our people every day. So this is the thing I want to say to my people in Alaska. So I know I'm far north. I live in the northern part of Alaska, that's Arctic village. But I don't feel right sometimes because of a lot of times like that. All of us are like that about what's going on. But we have to do something and help maybe even other people. That's what our people are doing in Fairbanks and Anchorage. That's a big city. So I'd like to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all my people everywhere. And may the good Lord bless your community and enjoy the New Year's and go forward together as one people. So I want to say this to my people this morning. So I'd like to thank you, TCC, Adam, recording my message to my people. And that's all I want to say. And God bless. And before, God bless you, all of you, every day, not a certain time. And take care of yourself. Masitcho salak na siya to kwasi no haki siya. Masitcho ke kwada no hauli.